Hello, spooky crew. Our tote bag drawing is officially closed, and we just want to say a massive thank you to everyone who entered. We are so grateful for the love and the support, and we have loved reading your reviews. Missed the tote? No worries. We're still sending out high-quality vinyl stickers while supplies last. Just email us proof of your rating and review along with your mailing address to thespookydarlings@gmail.com, and we'll get one headed your way. Quick promise, your address is only for mailing the sticker. No emails, no selling info, no funny business, just spooky gratitude. Thanks again for supporting the show. You are the reason we do this.
Hello, you are listening to The Spooky Darlings. I'm Emily.
I'm Haley.
I'm Nettie.
This follow-up Friday comes to you from Texas, and this is a very special episode because we are all three together in person. Nettie and Haley traveled from Oregon.
Yes, we did.
Woo-woo. For a few special events, we have done some fun, spooky research in haunted areas, so you can look forward to future episodes about ghosts of Old Town Spring and haunted Galveston.
Yes, the most haunted place. Galveston, it's insane.
Yeah, I mean, both of them were pretty spectacular as far as their ghost lore. So that was a lot of fun. I did buy a ghost-o-meter, so we were able to bring that along to our haunted locations, and we'll tell you more about that later. And then we also have a concert that we're all going to together. We're super excited to see the Crooner and the Cowboy.
Yes, this is how we justified this trip to our husbands and got them to come along.
Well, your husband.
This is how we justified the trip to my husband and got him to come along.
We tried really hard to get Haley's husband, but he was really busy and he wasn't able to come. But so it's super fun that we're all together.
Yes. And last night we managed to all stay awake. I'm not quite sure how because we had such a long day of walking all over Galveston. But we watched Companion together last night. And if you haven't seen it, it's great. I think Emily said it's like a combination of, oh gosh, what's the movie?
Ex Machina?
Oh yeah, Ex Machina and
Stepford
Wives. And I thought that was a perfect explanation.
I think Haley came up with that
Was it Haley?
comparison,
Yes,
but
it was me.
I
Thank
agree.
you.
Good job, Kay.
No, it was super good, and I do love that actress. The one what was the name of that main? Sophie Thatcher. She's just so good. I like her in everything she's been in. She does an excellent job. She was also in Heretic, which Nettie, you need to watch. That was
I
such
want
a
to
good
watch
movie.
it.
So good.
I'm going to watch it.
I'll watch it again with you. I would
Okay.
love to.
Promise?
Promise.
Yay. I wish you could, Emmy.
I know.
Maybe we could watch it tonight. If we're still awake after the Charlie Crockett concert, we could totally watch it tonight.
I have to make a pot of coffee, but that would be so fun.
I could make an espresso martini and stay up.
We could.
So there was a little bit of crazy news in Houston this week. So remember we had talked a tiny bit about there being a potential serial killer in Houston. They've found a whole bunch of bodies in the bayous in and around Houston. And just this past week, they found 5 bodies in bayous around Houston, which is not normal. That is like an uptick. I think there have been 25 so far this year, but just in this last week alone, 5 bodies were found.
That sounds very far from normal.
It is intense. It's pretty crazy.
I think it's not normal. And I think I find it really interesting that a lot of them, there's no explanation of why they went missing. We don't know what happened, what went wrong. Like
Wasn't one like, yeah, she went for a walk over in this certain park and then she just didn't come home?
That wasn't one of the bodies from this week that I recall, but I think, that was one of the bodies from that has been found in the bayous. And I don't remember the details on that, but that was basically like the advice that people are getting is to walk together. Like don't go places alone.
And then we kind of speculated just to ourselves that, did the Lady Bird Lake killer shift directions? But I noticed online that a lot of other people made that same speculation.
Yeah.
Like, is this the Lady Bird Lake killer moving on to a new...
Since things have slowed down in Austin, maybe somebody relocated. I mean, it's interesting that the profile of the victims does not seem to be the same, but who knows? People...
Yeah. Well, our hearts go out to the families of those victims. Really tough to, really tough to get the news that, the body of a loved one is found and hopefully answers
Yeah,
found?
we hope so. People are, I mean, if there is a killer that is responsible for all of these, people have kind of nicknamed it the Bayou Butcher. So
Right.
I'll be watching this one closely.
And I think the official stance of the police still right now is there's no serial killer, but please don't go walk alone and be careful, which I find slightly conflicting advice. I'm like, oh, okay, well, we'll be careful, but why? If these were all accidental or random, why the warning?
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah. All right, real quick. We said, I think in our last follow-up Friday, I was so excited to say that one of Christopher Wilder's victims had been identified. Then upon further research, we found that Patty Rust, who was the Palm Beach County Jane Doe, who was attributed as a possible victim of Christopher Wilder, we found that she could not have been a victim because her daughter last saw her in 1987, and Christopher Wilder was killed in a shootout with police in 1984, I believe.
Oh, shoot. I don't remember.
I think it was 1984. But so we just wanted to clarify. We're very happy that the Palm Beach County Jane Doe was identified as Patty Rust, and that her family, especially her daughter, got some answers around that. And just wanted to make sure we clarified and cleared up the misinformation. Oh, then the other thing I wanted to talk about was a case of the plague was found. I want to say it was like South Lake Tahoe. So be careful. I think it's mosquitoes. I'm not really sure.
Scary.
And then again, our dear darling Karen Reed, who I'm such a fan of, and I just wish she would be left alone. Okay, so she has already they already took the possibility of indicting her on witness tampering to a grand jury, and the grand jury said, no, thank you. We don't want to indict her. There's not enough evidence. Or I think maybe she's been through enough. Leave her alone. Right. She was committed. She was not committed. She was deemed innocent of acquitted. Thank you. She was acquitted of the crime that she was charged of murder last spring. And now I feel like this district attorney is just doing everything they can. So what they're trying to do now is ask a grand jury to force her to give her passwords over to her phone. So I think that they still have her phone that they took during Turtle Boy's trial. It's the same prosecutor.
This guy needs to be kicked out.
It's just, it's so ridiculous. And so he's now so even though one grand jury said no, he is taking it to another grand jury, and basically for the same charges, witness
harassing
tampering.
this woman at this point.
So they want the passwords to her phone, and it's like it's like a fishing expedition. Is what people are saying. Like just trying to gather, like they want to go through her phone to find something to charge her with.
They want to make it fit, and it doesn't.
It's just like, stop. Just leave her alone. Let it be.
You guys
Move
are
on.
wrong. And please find John O'Keefe's murderer. I think we know who it is, but
Yes.
allegedly.
Allegedly.
Okay, I did want to speaking of things that are wrong and people that are wrong, the plague, I believe it was a flea. There are rodents that are often positive for the bubonic plague, and it's fleas that are infected with it.
I think prairie dogs is a animal quite often found
you.
with
Okay.
fleas with the
sometimes
plague.
Wrong.
Well, because during
Double check on that one.
when the bubonic plague had its major breakout, it was fleas on rats.
Gross. Ew. Okay, stay away from fleas.
Gross. Yeah. Yeah. So I just checked a quick article, but it was because I remember reading it when you first brought it up, but it was it's rodents. It's not, I don't think it's ever really gone away in rodents, but it's fleas that get infected from biting the rodents and then bite people. You know what I mean?
I do.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Thank you, Emmy.
All right, Haley, didn't you have some cool things for us?
Okay, so that just tragic shooting in Minnesota where those children died at the Catholic school, I believe it was.
It was so heartbreaking.
Some good news with that heartbreaking situation and needless violence. Victor, the boy who laid on his friend to shield him from bullets during the Minnesota school shooting, has been released from the hospital and is recovering with his family. So just,
That's so wonderful.
just
What
a little
hero.
heartwarming. Yeah, he's quite the little hero. So that was just some good news, and maybe some times where people find it hard to find the light.
So in other news, not quite as heartwarming, but also made me chuckle. There was a man in Canada who was arrested for drunk driving a Jeep Wrangler Barbie car that it was apparently during rush hour. The Barbie car, I mean, it's one of those teeny tiny pink ones that can only go maximum 5 miles an hour.
My dream car when I was a child.
Mine too.
Yeah.
I was never cool enough to have that. I had the foot push car, like Fred Flintstone style.
I think we all had the same one. Pretty sure it was just one for all three of us.
Yeah.
Those red ones with like the yellow top.
Exactly. Well, I finally, when I graduated from that one to a bicycle, it didn't have brakes. It just had.
Oh my gosh.
Do you remember that?
Well, speaking of the red car with the yellow top for children, I think when Caitlin and I were like 13, Caitlin kind of got stuck in it because she like tried to get in the back seat. Remember the teeny tiny back seat? And like, Caitlin's a skinny mini, but we were like 13.
It was really a seat. Wasn't it like a little shelf, like to place your water bottle? Or
I just
like
remember
for your
she
doll.
got stuck and we had to like tip over the car and
Oh my gosh.
we got her out. But
Oh yeah, we were never lucky enough to have a Barbie Jeep.
No.
And I always said, when I'm a parent, I'm going to get my kids a Barbie car. And guess what? I didn't.
Me neither. Nice. So it turns out it is illegal to drive anything that is not man-powered while you are intoxicated. So the man was over the legal limit and was driving about 3 miles an hour in that little Barbie cart to get a Slurpee at 7-Eleven.
Oh.
hey, guy.
And I bet he regretted it. But that's in Canada. So you check the laws of your own state and country before you try to drive anything that is not man-powered. I just thought that was a funny one. Another one, back to Houston news, since we're all in the Houston area right now.
Yes.
I saw that there was a naked cycle in downtown Houston to... I know there's so much
going on there.
It's
try
so
not to think
humid.
about there.
You guys, it's so humid here.
So humid. So you didn't have to be fully nude. It was like whatever level of nudity you wanted to bring. And the point of the cycle was to promote, it was twofold, to promote body positivity and to promote cyclist safety. They're trying to protest some of the bike lanes that have been closed by the current Houston mayor.
I wonder how effective the naked cycle is for, getting people to change their mind. They're like, yes, we need more of these people on the road.
Well, I don't know.
Hey,
Just
Mr. Mayor,
tactics.
Mr. Mayor, if you don't want naked bike rides in your city, open those bike lanes.
Yeah.
Let people ride their
Open the
bikes.
bike lanes and just put a sign up that says closed bike riders only.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Problem
Closed.
solved.
Yeah.
Problem solved.
And you said clothed. For some reason, I heard closed. Closed. Bike riders only. And I was
Bike
like,
riders
right.
must wear
Literally,
clothing.
as you meant, yes, you have to have clothes. Clothed.
Yeah. Well, then you know there will be more naked bike riders if people put demands on that.
Yeah. No nudes, none.
People will be like, you're taking away my freedoms.
I think Haley had some fun bits of news to share, right?
Yes. So just really quick, this is something that's so fun, not scary at all. And Putin and I believe you pronounce it Xi, the leader of China. So a hot mic caught them discussing organ transplants and immortality. And
Wait, so they're trying to live forever with
trying to live forever.
with like a Frankenstein inside situation going on in there?
Yeah, I believe they would probably take organs from younger people, though.
Wait, what was the headline?
Hot Mic captures Putin and Xi, the leader of China, discussing organ transplants and immortality.
Oh, great. Those are the two people. Those
The
are the
most.
ones.
That's
Actually, I don't
it.
really know very much about C.
He's just the leader of China. I don't
Yeah,
know.
all right.
Yeah, and
Well,
so
maybe he's real nice.
Probably.
Listen, this is not a political podcast.
Yet.
we'll,
We just like the headline.
So Putin's translator could be heard saying in Chinese, biotechnology is continuously developing, and added, human organs can be continuously transplanted. The longer you live, the younger you become, and you can even achieve immortality.
Oh,
How fun is that?
Wild.
that is wild. I don't know. I don't think I'd want to live forever. I think I'd like to die and move on to the next like spiritual realm. I want to know what's next. Whether it's reincarnation, whether it's
I just don't believe that.
oblivion.
I don't believe that he knows. I don't believe that he knows that.
Well, he's probably like, this is my thing. I bet Putin is like, well, no, I'm not going to heaven. So I guess my only option is to try to live forever.
Yes, reasonable.
That's my guess.
So, take that information, do what you want with it. And another fun headline is first cousin marriages to be banned in this state starting next month. The state is Connecticut.
They were not banned already?
Oh, and they're not banned in every state.
Wait. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Guys, no, that's not good.
So a new law in Connecticut is expected to go into effect on October 1st. Oh, so coming up, banning first cousin marriages. This is something that it seems Democrats and Republicans agreed on. And so they agreed on the bill earlier this year, taking effect on October 1st. And talking to a couple of the officials, one says, it's just so wrong because of the birth defects.
Well, I mean, I'm glad that they can come together across the parties on this one.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice when you find one thing that everyone can agree on.
Well said,
Find
Joanna.
more ways to unify the country.
Yes.
Another person
Beautiful.
was quoted saying, that's pretty wild. I would have never thought about marrying my first cousin. Didn't really enter my mind, but whatever floats your boat, said open-minded Kelly.
Oh, no.
Oh, Kelly, let's close that mind just a little bit.
Just a touch. Different strokes for different folks, but it's going to mess up the DNA a little bit if you start crossing and mixing those wires, he added.
Yes.
So in over 15 other states, including Rhode Island, Massachusetts, and Vermont, people can still marry their first cousin.
Wow, I'm really surprised it's those states. Is that weird?
It does surprise me too.
Well, oh well. I'm not going to say the states I thought it would be.
We know which ones.
I had some guesses.
Yeah.
If you think it's your state, you might be right or you might be wrong. I don't know.
Email us at thespookydarlings@gmail.com. Let us know.
Let us know. Oh, I think we had an email to read. Or do you have one more?
I just have one more really quick. Pennsylvania bus driver accused of blasting heat, saying, I'm going to cook you all, and vowing to bring paddle as punishment. So several children exited the bus, ages 5 to 12, crying and saying that, and they were all extremely sweaty, and they relayed to their parents that the bus driver, Harvey Slicker, 75, of Utica, this is in, I already said Pennsylvania, and the outside temperature was already 74 degrees, and the temperature inside the bus must have climbed between 95 and 100 degrees. And so Slicker told the children he's going to cook them all, so he's been fired. And a new bus driver has begun just this Thursday morning.
Well, that's nice. They can get some, they can like maybe feel a little safe.
Man, that man must have been like
Drunk.
really, I was just going to say like barely hanging on by a thread of sanity if he was getting to that point.
Yeah. You know, they didn't do an alcohol test on him. I think that's the official term, alcohol test. Mm-hmm. And but he needed an anger test too.
Maybe some better screening for the people driving our children.
Yes. Well, we did get 2 emails, and the first one, this person wishes to remain anonymous, wrote in, Hi, darlings. When I was young, I would have dreams all the time about being kidnapped or murdered. We're so sorry. Those are awful. The dreams typically begin with a scary man breaking into my house. I had these quite often during adolescence, and then they stopped. However, when I became a mom, the dreams started again, but they became about my children. I've often wondered about dream interpretation and what it meant to have dreams about death or crime. Would love to know your thoughts on the subject. I think it would make a really interesting episode. What do you think?
Anxiety.
I think that often we dream about whatever we're worried about. So, I mean, that's probably a super common fear for every human, right? Like, harm and death. And then especially as a parent, I think that that's something that you're always worried about. So if it's a fear even in the back of your mind in your waking moments, it's not uncommon for it to creep into your dreams. That's my take on it.
Yeah, I think you're right. I'm interested in dream interpretation. I haven't done like a lot of research on it, but I know it's like a craft as old as like the Bible. It's, it's like in the Old Testament, like the Joseph in Egypt got to go. That's how he got his audience with Pharaoh, according to that, was interpreting dreams. I actually think it would be a really cool episode if we kind of delved into dream interpretation. So I think that's a really good idea. So thank you to this listener, and we will keep you anonymous, and we appreciate you writing us in. Haley, did you want to say?
Oh, thank you, listener.
Yes. Okay, and then we've got one more email. Thank you for writing in. And this person also wishes to remain anonymous. And they said, "Dear Spooky Darlings, my great-great-grandfather was murdered in 1915. He often had affairs since he was a traveling salesman. He eventually had a relationship with a married woman, and they would meet at various hotels for their secret rendezvous. This particular day, they went to a hotel, and a shoeshine boy witnessed them. The boy left to go find the woman's husband, since he recognized the woman. The husband went to the hotel with a gun. He barged into the room and shot my grandfather. His mistress told her husband that she didn't intend to have an affair with him, and that she wasn't at fault. The man was arrested and then eventually found not guilty for the murder. The story was printed in all of the local newspapers at the time, and it was very scandalous and humiliating for my great-grandmother. They never spoke about it. My grandmother never talked about it. My sister mentioned it years later when we were adults, and I was totally shocked. I decided to search on Ancestry.com, and I found the newspaper articles detailing the story. I'm sure that most families have some scandal within their family history. It would be interesting to hear the family scandals that other people have. Please keep my name anonymous." So we will. But I love this call to action.
Yeah, tell us your scandals.
I've had multiple people in my life tell me similar stories. Actually, not finding out through a family member telling them, but finding out through the Ancestry.com, like through, like the 23andMe DNA stuff.
Yes.
Yes, finding out that they had like half siblings that they had never ever known about, and this is like late adulthood that they find out. So it's pretty fascinating. I think there are just so many people that have had those experiences with the new technology we have.
I think so too. Well,
yeah. I wonder how many family secrets came out of the woodwork with Ancestry DNA.
Oh, yeah.
Right in.
I mean, so many, I'm sure, but yeah, right in.
That's great.
Yes. Well,
Haley, you want to close us out?
Oh, sure. Thanks for listening. You can find us on Instagram and TikTok at The Spooky Darlings Podcast. And if you have any questions, comments, corrections, or stories of your own, email us at thespookydarlings@gmail.com. We also have our merch site up, and you can find us at thespookydarlings.printful.me. And we have a sticker promotion. Leave us a written review. This will count towards people who have already left us a review too. So email us your username and address and a screenshot of your review. We will mail you a free sticker. Also, the first 50 people who leave us a written review and email us with their screenshot or username of the review and your mailing address, we will host a drawing, and one lucky listener will receive a tote bag in addition to a sticker. And if you like what you just listened to, please do us a quick favor. Take 10 seconds to rate, review, and click that follow button to our podcast. It really helps us out with getting visibility on the apps. Stay spooky, darlings.
Bye.
Goodbye.
5 stars.
Before we disappear into the shadows, don't forget, we're still sending out vinyl stickers. Leave us a rating and review and email us proof to thespookydarlings@gmail.com, along with your mailing address, and we'll send you some spooky snail mail while supplies last. And if your heart is still mourning that tote bag, may we gently tempt your way toward our merch store at thespookydarlings.printful.me. Treat yourself. You deserve it. Thanks for listening. And as always, stay spooky.